Hi everyone, welcome to today's GCSE Foundation Revision video. There's 95 days to go into your GCSE Maths exam, and today we're going to focus on our next topic, which is indices. So we've looked previously at your square numbers and your cube numbers, so how to square things and cube things. We're now going to look at other indices or other powers. So in this video, we're going to go through the topic of indices. I'm going to go through what indices are, how to answer some questions on it, and then I'll give you some to try yourself as well. So feel free to pause the video whenever I mention to try those questions out as well and see how you get on. But in this video, I'm going to go through that topic, and then later on in the video, I'll talk about where the practice questions are and how to get to those. So let's get started.
Okay, so let's have a look at today's topic. So today's topic is indices, and remember yesterday we looked at squaring and cubing. So we've looked at some powers, whenever the power is 2 and whenever the power is 3, so whenever we're squaring something or cubing something. So here, if you had 4 multiplied by 4 multiplied by 4, that's equal to 4 cubed, because you're multiplying 4 by itself and by itself again. You've got 3 4s multiplied together. And if you were to work that out, you get that's equal to 64. But here what we're doing is we're writing this in index form. So we're going to write these in index form as something with a power. So if we had 2 multiplied by 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 2, because there's 1 2 3 4 5 6 2's, that's 2 to the power of 6. What this means is we've got 6 2's multiplied together. 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. We've got 6 2's multiplied together, so that's 2 to the power of 6. Okay, if we had y times y times y times y times y, we've got 1 2 3 4 5 y's, so that would be y to the power of 5. That means we've got 5 y's multiplied together. And that's it. So that's how you write things in index form. Sometimes you're actually asked to work things out. So for instance, if you're asked to work out 2 to the power of 4, you would work out what 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 would be. So you'd have 4 2's multiplied together. So 2 times 2 is equal to 4, times 2 is equal to 8, times 2 is equal to 16. So 2 to the power of 4 is equal to 16. So that's how you'd work that out. You would just do 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, and you'd work it out. Now it's also important to know where your power button is on your calculator. So if you're asked to work out what this was and you had a calculator, you could do 2 and then press the power button and then type in 4 and then press equals, and then it would give you your answer of 16. If you had a calculator like this one, again, if you wanted to work out this, you would press 2. The power button's there, that X with the little white box above it again, and then you type in 4 and then press equals and you get the answer of 16. And if you've got a calculator like this one, your power button's actually here, so again you can press 2, press that button, then type in 4 as the power and then press equals and you get the answer of 16. Just to make sure you've got that, can you now please work out this one, 2 to the power of 6? So work this one out and see what you get. Okay, so you'd press 2 and then press the power button on your calculator. You would then type in 6 and press equals and you should get the answer of 64. Okay, let's have a look at some more questions. Okay, so we've now got some more questions, and these are ones for you to try. So can you now work out these questions? I'm going to ask you first of all to do them without a calculator. So can you work out 3 to the power of 4, 10 to the power of 6, and 1 to the power of 7 without a calculator? And then can you check your answers on your calculator? So work out 3 to the power of 4 on your calculator, 10 to the power of 6 on your calculator, and 1 to the power of 7 on your calculator, and see what you get. Okay, so 3 to the power of 4, that's going to be 3 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 3. And that would be, if we worked it out, 3 times 3 is equal to 9. Times 3 is equal to 27, and then we need to times by 3 again, so we need to do 27 multiplied by 3. 3 times 7 is equal to 21, put a 1 down, carry out 2. 3 times 2 is equal to 6, plus 2 is equal to 8, so that'd be equal to 81. And if you typed it in your calculator and done 3 to the power of 4, you would have got that's equal to 81. Okay, 10 to the power of 6, I'm going to do a bit of a cheat here. 10 to the power of 6, I know it's going to be a 1 followed by 6 zeros, so 1 and then 6 zeros, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or a million. 10 to the power of 6 is a million. And it's a bit of a cheat that if you know, a bit of a shortcut, if you got 10 to a certain power, like for instance 10 to the power of 9, it'll be a 1 followed by 9 zeros. If you 10 squared, remember 10 squared is 100, that's a 1 followed by 2 zeros, and so on. But just to show how we worked it out, we had 10 multiplied by 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 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tens multiplied together. 10 times 10 is 100, times 10 is 1,000, times 10 is 10,000, times 10 is 100,000, times 10 is a million. And we've got a 1 followed by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 zeros. And that's it. And if you type that in your calculator, again, you should have got that's equal to a million. And finally, 1 to the power of 7. Well, 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 and so on, that's going to be equal to 1. And that's it. So, and you can write out in full if you wanted to, but I just know that 1 to the power of 7 will be equal to 1 because it's just 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 and so on. And that's it.
And that's it. So I hope you found this video and indices useful. In the description below, there's a link to some practice questions, so feel free to give those a shot as well, just to make sure you're super duper confident with your indices. We'll be looking at later on laws of indices. So later on we'll look at the laws of indices. So we'll come back to indices later on whenever we look at those laws of indices as well. And we'll also look at negative indices later on as well. So they'll be useful for you as well. But I really hope you found this video useful. If you have found it useful, please like it and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And remember, at 3 o'clock tomorrow, I'll release the next video for 94 days to go into your GCSE maths exam. Cheers. Bye.